Hello and welcome to David the Teacher. In this video I'm going to teach you some new expressions to increase your vocabulary. And actually the topic is very interesting because it's about traveling, and as I know, everybody loves it. So stay tuned to learn some frequently used expressions when people travel. So imagine you've worked a lot during the year or during the month. Anyway, you would like to go out somewhere and you would like to relax and forget about your responsibilities. In this case, you can use an idiom, and this idiom is to get away from it all. I would like to get away from it all because this month was devastating. Okay, so it means that it was a very hard month and I would like to go somewhere, relax and forget about my responsibilities. So the idiom is to get away from it all. The next thing after making a decision to go somewhere, the next thing that you're going to do is planning your trip. Of course, you can plan your trip on your own, or you can buy a package holiday. Package holiday is a holiday which is organized by a travel agent, and it usually contains accommodation, transportation, or some excursions. Okay, for example, I tend to buy package holiday so I don't have to worry about anything, or I prefer planning the trip myself to buying a package holiday. The next thing that you need is luggage. Luggage. By the way, the American alternative of this word is baggage. And if you want to learn some words that are different in American and British English but have the same meaning, please check this video. Let me give you examples now how we use this word in sentences. For example, I spent 30 minutes waiting for my luggage at the luggage claim. I spent 30 minutes waiting for my luggage at luggage claim. The next one is you need proper luggage for a trip. You need proper luggage for a trip. Okay? After planning the trip and buying luggage, the next thing that we usually do is going to the airport. There is a check-in desk. Check-in desk is a place where we usually give in our bags and have our tickets checked. Now, let me give you some examples with check-in desk. For instance, there's always an enormous queue at the check-in desk. There's always an enormous queue at the check-in desk. Or, the girl behind the check-in desk seemed very tired. The girl behind the check-in desk seemed very tired. So, I have a question. What do we usually do at the check-in desk? As I mentioned before, we give in our bags, we show our passports or tickets. Okay? So, but what is the name of this process? The name of this process is check-in. So, we check in at the check-in desk. It means when you show your tickets, passports at the check-in desk. Okay? For example, get to the airport 2 hours earlier to check in. Get to the airport 2 hours earlier to check in. Also, we use this expression to describe the process when we go to the receptionist at the hotel on our first day and show him our reservation number or passport to get the room key. To describe this process, we also use the expression check in. For example, check-in at the hotels is usually from 3 p.m. in our city. Okay? Check-in at the hotels is usually from 3 p.m. in our city. After checking in, we should go through passport control. Passport control is a place where our passports are checked. For example, why immigration officers at the passport control are so rude? Why immigration officers at the passport control are so rude. Or, he went through passport control without an incident. He went through passport control without an incident. After getting through passport control, we usually wait for a while, then we get on a plane. Instead of saying get on a plane, we can say board a plane. Board a plane. For example, I boarded a plane for London. I boarded a plane for London. But also we can use board with other transports. For example, board a bus, board a train, board a boat. Then this happens. That I'm afraid of. Take off. Take off means to leave the ground and begin to fly. For example, the plane is scheduled to take off at 4 p.m. The plane is scheduled to take off at 4 p.m. Okay? Then the plane lands. It means it arrives on the ground. Land means to arrive on the ground. For example, we are going to land in Tokyo at 6 p.m. We are going to land in Tokyo at 6 p.m. Or the plane can be landed on water if there is an emergency. The plane can be landed on water if there is an emergency. So we landed in a city, and the next thing that we usually do, we go to the area where we can claim our baggage. The name of this place is baggage reclaim. Okay, and there we can see a very funny thing, baggage carousel. Okay, baggage reclaim and baggage carousel. After the flight, we usually want to go somewhere and relax. And where do we go? Yes, we go to the hotel. But even there, sometimes we should do some writing that we don't tend to do when we are tired. But receptionists give us a piece of paper that we should fill out. Fill out means writing necessary information on any document, mainly official documents. For example, fill out the blank, fill out your CV, or fill out a document. Okay? Some tourists don't like the food provided by the hotel where they stay, and because of that they prefer self-catering apartments. Self-catering means having equipment that is necessary to cook your own meal during the holiday. For example, I prefer going on self-catering holidays due to my diet. I prefer going on self-catering holidays due to my diet. And if you are a tourist that doesn't know anything about the locals' culture, traditions or history, you definitely should sign up for an excursion. Excursion is a short journey that we usually do for pleasure. For example, we arranged an excursion to the Grand Canyon. We arranged an excursion to the Grand Canyon. Or next week we are going on an excursion to the island. Next week we are going on an excursion to the island. Okay, if you are not familiar with the local architecture, you can sign up for an excursion or you can go sightseeing. Go sightseeing means when you are visiting interesting places. For example, it's very hot outside and I'm boiling. So we decided not to go sightseeing. It's very hot outside and I'm boiling, so we decided not to go sightseeing. Also, I'd like to notice that I've used the word boiling, which means very hot, and it is actually an extreme adjective. If you want to learn some extreme adjectives and if you want to know what are they, please go and check my another video. Let me give you one more example. I don't know anything about the local architecture, so I'm going sightseeing. I don't know anything about the local architecture, so I'm going sightseeing. Now it is the last day of your holiday and unfortunately you should leave the hotel. But before doing it, you should check out. Check out means you leave the hotel after paying and returning your room key. For example, guests should check out of the room by the evening. Guests should check out of the room by the evening. Okay guys, this is the end of the video and I hope it would be helpful. So, we learned some expressions that we usually use when we travel. For example, check in, check out, land or take off. So if you liked the video, just subscribe and leave your comments below. And of course, I am going to see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.